Hello ladies and gents, welcome to a new night point of view review. In front of us is the new Dacia Bigster. This time we have the extreme trim and inside is the 1.2 liter TCE. This is the 3-cylinder turbo petrol, 130 horsepower. It's also a mild hybrid. It has a 48 volt battery inside. It's 0.42 kilowatts. You are charging it while going downhill or just letting go of the accelerator, so it's going to recuperate and using that power to aid the petrol when starting. Now if I turn on the lights with the remote, you can see that good performance. We're going to unlock the car. Now this is also tied to 6-speed manual, and this one is 4x4. So all-wheel drive. In automatic setting, it has different terrain modes. It's mostly driving on front-wheel drive. You can put it to an all-wheel drive setting. In the city, mostly don't need the all-wheel drive. So this trim is good for people who might be looking to off-roading or a lot of camping and, you know, going to some sort of maybe peaks, maybe not serious mountain peaks, but, you know, just adventurous camping and a lot of road tripping. We're sitting on 18-inch alloys. If you want more comfort, you can spec 17 to 19-inch. This is quite comfortable. Suspension is comfortable enough. It was improved in the Duster. It's available in the Bigster, which is basically a long wheelbase Duster with a new name. Now, if I come to the back end and turn on those lights, you can see familiar looking, very similar to the Duster, so the Bigster is just a bigger brother. If I open the tailgate, I just wanted to show you from the day review, there is this light. So look at this. This absolutely improves the illumination. So if I turn this off, you can see one light isn't enough, but if you turn this light on or put it like this on an angle, it illuminates it perfectly. Now if I would just cover this light, you can see this is just perfect. So this is standard in the extreme trim. You can get it as an option in the other trims, of course. Now we're going to jump inside, keyless entry. I'm going to keep the key in my pocket. Now I'm going to put my phone to a wireless charger. Now there is like a little amber light when you hit the spot. Now I'm going to buckle up. Now you can see the interior lights are on. I could open the banner roof, but I'm going to keep it closed. It's night, so press the start button. Car is alive. Now let me just see if I can hit this. Now you came here. I'm just going to come closer. You can see here 5 liters of fuel consumption. I just did the consumption test. So my classical night drive through the avenues, not a lot of traffic, driving between 60 and 80 kilometers per hour, anticipating when to let go, and you know, just gentle acceleration. So as I've estimated. Now I've also did a review of the full hybrid, getting 5 liters or less on the open road in the city. It was very efficient, but in the highway is even more. You would get 5 liters and maybe up to 6. This car on the highway, it's 7 liters, no problem. Maybe you saw the day when we were driving. Definitely it's around 7 or more depending on your driving style. Just a little music demo. So let me see if we can find some music. There's some sort of info. Just a second. Maybe this station. Just starting up to shake it, shake it. When pretty solid sound system, I would say, really good. And let me just show you here. So all road info. Here you have like where the drivetrain is, what it's doing. If I switch here to lock the differential and it's 4-wheel drive lock, it should engage the, but I'm gonna keep it in auto. I might engage it later. And just to show you the cameras here before we head out, you can see the front camera, the rear camera, excellent resolution. I mean, it's not super sharp, but it is very good for this purpose. You can see, I gotta say, this is very nicely equipped. Also, I owe you from the review of the hybrid, I couldn't figure out why Waze wasn't displayed on this. So basically, I need to add a route. So if I stop this, the Waze will be here until I stop the car and turn it off, but it should be here so you can see that. If you go out, the map is still there. It doesn't work with the here maps that are embedded navigation, so that is that. And just to show you here, Apple CarPlay works faster. When I was recording, it was slightly lagging because I was recording it's connected to it. Enough talking, let's head out. And a long beam, as you can see, is warm. You can retrofit that. I would personally retrofit that if I bought this car, because I'm not sure why Dacia has saved a little bit there, but apparently it didn't fit their budget. I actually specifically asked that question when they brought the engineer that was working on the Duster, and I believe he was working on the Bigster as well. Now, I just figured out I might actually exit this navigation view simply to focus a little bit on the rev counter. So just to prove my point here. Now, let's start talking about the car itself. 130 horsepower is okay, but it wouldn't hurt if you would just go for the front wheel drive with 140 horsepower. It's also a mild hybrid. I wouldn't choose the LPG personally, and if you really want the best, I would go for the full hybrid. But then long-term, question of reliability, potential problems, I would go for the full hybrid only if you're leasing the car. If you're not leasing the car and if you're planning to keep it long-term, I would go for the, honestly, just the mild hybrid 140 horsepower front-wheel drive. But if you're feeling adventurous, I used to be an adventurer, but then I got an air into the knee. Skyrim. I hope at least some of you know the reference I'm speaking here. Okay, just a little joke, but for those of you who are adventurous, this is for you. If you're planning going off-roading to unpaved roads and you need that traction, this is going to come in handy. I wish this had more horsepower, but it just, CO2 politics, they limited it to this 130. Now, there's this eco coach, and it's telling you to upshift or to downshift, and I've noticed it keeps the revs close to 2000 RPM. It's almost like a diesel car, but this is not good for your engine. It's maybe good for your consumption, but long term, if you're driving gently, it's gonna long term damage your engine by carbon buildup on the pistons or the cylinders, and you should rev your car, push it to high revs. And if you do that, you're gonna pull out the maximum torque out of this one. When you're driving like gently, it just feels like it's kind of underpowered, but when you floor it, it's actually quite decent, because despite the big size of the Bigster isn't really super heavy SUV, and 130 horsepower feels like it's okay. Maybe when you would fully load the car and go uphill, you would feel maybe lack of power. That's why I would go for the 140 horsepower version. And also if you're driving the full hybrid, if you floor it and keep driving fast and you deplete that battery, then if you're going uphill with an empty battery, you're just relying on the petrol, and you're gonna lack some power, definitely. So this is just a little bit of experience from all of this. I'm just waiting for that extra arrow. So this huge piece here, plastic around it, is a huge blind spot. So it'd be nice if it was like transparent, or just a less of a bezel around that camera and rain sensor. As you can see, it just speeds up very nicely. Petrol isn't too loud, especially if you follow the coach for the Eco Drive. Now there's this like light chime suggesting that I'm over speeding, or that the speed limit has changed, and I just press twice and I enable my personal, where I disable that. So Dacia and Renault have created an excellent solution for this. Now, another thing I've noticed, the gears are short, first, second, third. You get quite fast. You go for the gears. They're not stretched like they used to be in cars. They're just, again, focused on efficiency, I guess. Now, let me come to the off-road setting. Here you can see the car is using the front-wheel drive. When I let it go, it's going to split 50-50. And let me see if I can just put it to four-wheel drive lock. Now it's doing the same. I'm not really sure. Let's see, low speed. I'm still just slowing down. We're gonna see when I actually start under the traffic light if it's gonna change or not. Okay, this traffic light has a sensor, so it quickly turns on back if it's no one in the intersection. I just wanted to see, like, does this actually like create any difference? Because I'm just going like 50 when I'm not using the throttle. Okay, it is just like a little bit here. It was like 75, 25, so you can see that. I'm just gonna slow down here before it switches to green, just to see how it responds. I need to come closer to the traffic light, otherwise it won't switch. Okay, now it is 50-50. Maybe it's like you need to like fully stop in order for it to switch the driving mode. Now it's splitting the powertrain. I can see that. Actually, honestly, I haven't driven it in the all-wheel drive mode a lot. Okay, I just noticed I'm driving a little bit faster here. I'm trying to get impressions now. Is it any faster? Maybe it's just like a placebo effect, but yeah, it's definitely now using the all-wheel drive. But at the very end, see, it's just disengaging the rear wheels, and maybe because, let me just show here the trip computer, maybe because of the energy flow. We're gonna see energy flow now when we get to the next traffic light. When I let go, the petrol is going to be, not petrol, the brakes are gonna be recuperating. I don't see the traffic light because of this huge blind spot around here in the mirror in the middle. And it's definitely, it feels like it's pulling better. See, now it's recuperating. I'm letting go. It's 50-50. It's recuperating and recharging that small battery, which is by the way, underneath the front passenger seat. So yeah, definitely now it's split, but okay, it's sometimes definitely decides to just use the front wheel drive. Maybe at lower speeds, it's just focusing on all-wheel drive, and then at high speed, it just, for efficiency, maybe just switches back to the front wheel drive. Definitely interesting altogether. I'm gonna focus on the consumption here a little bit, so it's gonna be going above 5 since I'm driving a little bit more lively. This might increase your fuel consumption if you're driving in the all-wheel drive. So there's a benefit of having it in auto setting with the front wheel drive for the most part, or the all-wheel drive. Kind of feels better. I haven't tested it in corners, the all-wheel drive. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just keep the all-wheel drive. I did drive it in the auto setting for the day point of view driving with no comments, so you can see that and see how the car performs. Okay, I'm gonna hit this manhole very gentle. This one's really deep. I'm not gonna hit that one anymore. I'm gonna hit this one. Okay, I felt that, but it's still very comfy, honestly. Not a big deal. Now, this big display, just a little info for all of you who are Duster drivers. The dash is the same. Now, if you pick a lower trim in the Bigster, you get the same digital cockpit from the Duster. So, potentially, Duster owners, you can just buy this and retrofit it into the the Duster. Just order it from Bigster parts and install it, because it should be compatible with this. It's the same infotainment, so you can have this in your car. So that's that. I think I'm going to just go back like this, so you don't see always the same stuff. Now, Bigster is big, very spacious, longer wheelbase, more legroom on the back, bigger cargo space, and it's competing with the entry price of 24,000 euros. This specific model is just too expensive. I would say it's 10,000 euros more, but this is like top of the trim with all the extra stuff. So the full enchilada, and it's 34,000. So quite expensive for a Dacia. I don't think most people would get that. Maybe if it's a company car, yes, but personal, just private customers, maybe not. Maybe in some more developed European countries, yes, but developing markets like Croatia, very little. Okay, I'm driving here in the bend, so if there's a slight leaning, car feels very precise because of the all-wheel drive. So it's like on rails. Speeding up from the 4th gear. Okay, I'm gonna remove the consumption. It's just gonna spike anyway. I'm gonna floor it here. And slowing down. So I can hear a little bit wind noise above 130, same, but 120, 100. I'm gonna slow down to 100. It's not that loud. This is a smooth asphalt, rough and smooth and rough. So there is a little tire noise you can hear, but considering previous Dacias, this is great cabin soundproof. It's quite okay. At higher speed, it's a little bit more noisy, but if you turn on the music, you don't notice it that much. And you could potentially soundproof the car with aftermarket solutions and make it better. It is big, boxy shape, so it's maybe not super aerodynamic, but it's very decent for a boxy shaped SUV. Now let me just engage the cruise control. Okay, this is the follow distance. Not sure why I'm going through these. I'm not looking for that. I wanted to show you this. Okay, lane assist, yes, but okay, this, no, wait. Okay, press set. Let's put it to 110. And let's go back to the, to this. So the lane prevention. The camera is monitoring the lane. It should pull me back, and there you go. And keeps you in the center, which is great. So it works great. It doesn't keep you in the lane by holding in the center always. It's going to disengage, but it's gonna pull you back when you get close to the marking, which is good. Unfortunately, the camera on the top is for emergency braking only for pedestrians, but it doesn't work like a Tesla for cruise distance. Unfortunately, we don't have that. It does measure 2-second distance, but I don't think it acts as a radar. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I have a feeling that it's not an option because there's no distance setting. So that's that. I gotta say that these display options look very nice. I do like this one. Or when I'm traveling and maybe I wanna glaze at the maps, maybe I have like music here, something else, I can just look at the map at the bottom, and it's nice and practical. Just gonna disengage the cruise. So we do have the automatic long beam. Just engage there for a moment. Believe it or not, I think I feel like the difference from the all-wheel drive and the rear-wheel drive. I do have an all-wheel drive. I drive a Tesla Model 3 long range. And tested a lot of models, and when I jump into my friends a few times, it's that you can definitely feel like it's a rear-wheel drive. Oh my god, is that the moon? Guys, do you see this on the right? The moon is huge and it's red. It's like half moon. Wow. It's just gorgeous. I'm not sure if the camera is picking this up, but it's massive. It's beautiful. Anyways, back to the review. Now, I will not actually, I've already got to the left lane thinking I'm going to go do the headlights test, but I'm not. I'm just going to skip that. You guys check the Journey trim, the full hybrid, night point of view drive for that. So I did the performance of the headlights, and I think we're just going to skip to the to our end of the video, where I'm going to the garage. But after spending a little bit more time with the Bigster, I would say this is quite a good SUV, and it's a value for the buck for the at least the entry trim, because you get a lot of SUV. And but in this plus 30,000 euros, there's just a lot of competition, and I know people won't look at this car, but it's a good step forward for Dacia. This model, unlike some others, definitely you feel this is an upgrade, although for the top spec I can't say it's worth the money. For the, again, very entry, it's a budget friendly, and it's definitely very appealing. So but this will be good as a maybe second-hand car. So I think this is solid. Okay, I think I'm gonna get my thumbnail. You can see the moon up there. Oh, it's now gone, but it's definitely just gorgeous looking. So just check the fuel consumption. It's not that bad, considering we're driving now in all-wheel drive. And I haven't commented the brakes. Solid performance. So if I brake harder, just good. Not super aggressive from the very start. It's just like normal brakes. Well, let me check the cameras. If we are, actually I can just do it in reverse. It's gonna engage automatically. So I can go a bit forward. Yeah, perfect. So that's that, guys. I think I've summed everything. Okay, the seats, same as the new Duster. These are improved, but after like 2 hours, I'm a little bit on the skinny side, so I have a butt pain. I need to take a break, but my girlfriend, she said she hadn't any issues, so the seats are more or less comfortable. Definitely better than the previous Duster comparably. The previous generation, it wasn't really good. It was actually one of the big down points of the Dacia in general. The seats were terrible, honestly. But this car, or the Duster, was improved. Bigster has everything the same besides this big digital cockpit. And that air is really looking beautiful, and it's super great, honestly. So that's that. I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching, and I think this is like the last video this summer. I'm gonna take a break, go to vacation, so probably gonna see you end of summer or in fall in the next test. So I do already have the MG ZS hybrid. They sold the car, so we're waiting for a new car, just to show you the back here. So you can expect that after I come back. If you like the video, do like, share, comment below, and if you haven't seen, you're interested, check out the full hybrid review as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.